I wanted to take a couple of minutes today and go through in some detail how we create a few different types of Lumien well fixtures. Now, we're going to use the micro series, however, this works for the nano and the macro series as well. So I want to go through option number one, which is probably the simplest, just taking a module, taking a top similar to the LAB 024, and just dropping it on. So one thing when using these tops, and Scott Romacher did a good video about this a few months ago, you want to make sure that you're using that beveled edge and dropping it in this way, and then you're using this part of the O-ring and locking it down. So you don't have to use the diffuser lens. This diffuser lens, I have to use those pieces. So I have to use that silicone O-ring, and I have to use the lens, but I don't have to use the diffuser lens. That just does a nice soft wash that softens the spread and widens it. So it's really, really cool, but you don't have to use this piece. All right, so what I can do is I can take those, I can screw them down here, and then I can drop them in a piece of PVC. And then that can go wherever I want it to go, in concrete and grass and mulch, wherever I want. And if you buy the PVC from Lumien, it comes with a really nice tight fit. You could use, I think, inch and 3/4 PVC, but it's not gonna fit the way that this fits. So you can provide your own PVC or buy these, I think these are 5-inch stacks from Lumien. Okay, so that's option number one. Option number two, I can actually use a ground stake in order to put this, in order to install this. So how do I do that? Well, what I would do is I'd unscrew this, and I have to take off this nut. So I take that off. Then what I do is I use the LAB 018. So I put the LAB 018, thread it on. Now this piece sits right down in the housing. From there, I go ahead and I screw this into my ground stake. And this will work with any inch, standard 1/2 inch NPT ground stake. So that's what seals that connection, is this LAB 018. So I've got that, I've got this. And again, not only can I use this top, but there's 10 others. You know, there's some with glare shields that this really comes in handy as a flexible way to add a light and make it really low profile. So that's option number two. Option number three is using this LAB 156 articulating ground light. Really simple to use. All I do is I take my micro module and I simply twist it right into the threading here. Then I can use this. I believe this will articulate up to 30 degrees. All I need is a screwdriver, electric screwdriver, and I can raise one side up. So that's how I can use that to create 3 different well lights and have a lot of flexibility in my designs. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to your Lighting Boss sales representative.